Hey everybody, this is Derek for the Grumpy Guy Show, talking about episode number 121, What's Wrong with Corn? Recorded on Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. Tonight's topics: no ballot for you, no religion teaches hate, and now Google knows better than you. Stick around, folks, we have a bunch of fun on this episode. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister.
I'm Ryan McAllister.
So we had what may have been a busy schedule tonight, but may end up being a lot about one particular topic, and that's some breaking news.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need to have like some little sound effect ready or something like that, but I'm not that good, so.
Yeah.
So anyhow.
Perhaps some lightning.
Yeah. As I sat down to take a couple of minutes to just relax after getting back from the store, I got a notice in my Google feed.
Ooh.
The Colorado State Supreme Court has determined that Trump should not be on the ballot.
Oh.
Yeah, and of course, it's open to an appeals process, but
yeah.
It's there, and I was like, "Holy crap, that's huge!"
It is huge.
It wasn't like a unanimous decision. It was a 4-3 decision.
Yeah.
And I read some of the comments from the dissenting judges that stated, basically they all stated something very similar, and that was they do not believe, while they believe that Trump was part of the insurrection and blah, 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 they do not believe that it is something that the Colorado State Supreme Court can enforce. Because it is a federal law, not a state law.
All right.
Yeah, so it was kind of interesting reading, and hopefully I'll remember to put the link in the show notes. For those who
are curious.
Yeah, for those who are curious, but also anybody who's kind of biased on reporting from this source, which happens to be CNN. However, they're just reporting in this instance. Maybe they jumped on it quicker than others because it is.
That's CNN. A rarity for CNN.
What to
actually just do nothing but report.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a left-wing Fox News.
Yeah, and that might be why they jumped on it so quick and why they got it out the door so quick. However, it is just news. I mean, they reported.
It's huge.
Yeah, they reported what was stated, why it was stated, and they included the dissenting comments.
This could set quite the precedent.
Yeah. Obviously the Trump team they're gonna appeal it, so it's not like it's right away. But still, it could force the Supreme Court to actually make a decision on it. The U.S. Supreme Court, that is.
Knowing how the federal Supreme Court is mostly like right wing these days, they're going to back Trump.
Isn't it something like 3 Trump appointees on there or something like that? Or is it
3
4?
Three Trump appointees, I believe 2 from W. Bush and 1 from Bush Sr.
Yeah, but those, people who...
And the one Bush Sr. one is more, further right than Bush Sr. was. He's very pro-Trump.
Yeah.
That would be Clarence Thomas.
Well, of course he's pro-Trump. He's a freaking liar just like Trump, so... I mean,
At least Chief Justice Roberts is sane.
Are you sure about that?
Compared to Clarence Thomas, he is.
I don't know, because he's one of the ones that said, no, I would never overturn Roe versus Wade. Yeah, and what did he do?
And then it happened under his court.
Yeah, and I believe he was one that actually voted in favor of overturning it.
I
I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure. So
I know that.
yeah, and
Although that's honestly not surprising, considering the president who appointed him.
yeah, exactly. In the Democrats, they grilled him, and they grilled this other girl that Trump appointed. I don't even remember what her name was, but
Amy Coney Barrett.
Yeah, they grilled her about, what's your opinion on Roe versus Wade? And she said, I would never overturn that. I know for a fact she voted to overturn it.
I mean, yeah, she's a Catholic. Of course she's against abortion.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure Joe Biden's the only Catholic that's pro-abortion.
Yeah, well, technically speaking, I'm Catholic.
Technically?
Yeah, technically. Not practicing or anything, just... But at any rate, I thought that was something huge, and I threw it in there because that is big.
So according to practicing Catholics, you're not a real Catholic.
Yeah. Well, the fact that, I constantly point out the Bible is a bunch of stolen stories.
Don't tell me my Bible.
Yeah. A practicing Catholic is gonna, they're not gonna like me much anyhow. But
most religious nutcases won't like you.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean,
no matter what form of Christianity or what form of other religion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe there's any religion on the planet that suggests that you should be killing people or anything like that. And yet one little tiny piece of some text someplace is always used as motivation and justification for genocide. It's just ridiculous. And any Catholic out there or Christian out there who says, "Oh no, the Bible doesn't do that. We've never done that." Bullshit.
Religious people have killed more people than non-religious people.
Yeah, there's been more violence over religious beliefs than most other things. Plain and simple. I
believe Christianity still holds the top spot as far as religion goes, with Islam not too far behind.
No. It's I believe Hinduism. Did you forget how many people are in India? China? Buddhism?
Aren't Hinduism and Buddhism supposed to be a religion of peace?
Yes.
Well, then again, Islam's supposed to be a religion of peace.
Yes. That's the whole thing. I mean, like I said, there's no religion out there that pushes the idea of killing people. It's just extremists finding little blurbs here and there that use it to push their own agenda. I mean, the whole thing with Hitler in the camps, it was all about Christianity, and he used some tiny little sliver someplace that he read to use that to his advantage to say, "Oh, we got to get rid of the Jews."
Yep.
It's really stupid. And it's the same thing with jihad. It's just a little tiny sliver of something in there.
Same thing with all these Muslim terrorists. There's this tiny little bit in the Quran.
Yeah.
And then they took it to the extreme.
Yeah, they take it to an extreme, and, it just ends up with people just hating each other for no other reason than the fact that they believe in different things,
Yep.
And the stupidest part about it is nothing has ever been proven whatsoever about any kind of life after death. There's nothing that's been proven about any form of God or anything like that. So, here we are, we're fighting over pretend things. Until somebody comes back with actual proof that this stuff happened, this stuff is real, it's all pretend.
It is.
And we've killed millions and millions of people throughout humanity's, span. We've killed them over religious beliefs. Yep. And it's utterly ridiculous, but
it is.
At any rate, so speaking of religious beliefs, how about we get to a topic that's left over from last week?
Oh.
Yeah, so...
What did we miss?
We missed the prominent college presidents speaking to Congress surrounding anti-Semitism in anti-Semitic speech. Yes, it was...
Goody.
It was MIT, University of Pennsylvania, and one of the Ivy League schools. I don't remember which one. I think it might have been Harvard. But their presidents were there, and none of them would actually condemn anti-Semitic speech. No matter how many times a congresswoman actually gave them the opportunity to do so, they did not. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the president of University of Pennsylvania said multiple times, it all depends on the context.
What?
Yeah. And the congresswoman repeated. So if somebody says that they're going to kill all Jews, you're saying that this is not hate speech. And she replied back, it depends on the context.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding. You know, it's all over. I'm sure it's all over YouTube. People can find this stuff easily. They just got to search. It's not hard to find. You know, so I'm not putting any kind of links in there or anything like that. But partly because I'll forget to do it, just like I always do. But partly because, you know, there's no point. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. These people are supposed to be extremely intelligent. They're at the top. You know, they're in charge of some of the elite universities in the United States, and they're making statements like this. And then, you know, the president of the University of Pennsylvania, after like 2 days of complete and total, you know, chaos because of what she kept saying over and over again, she went into damage control, went onto social media, and posted some video saying, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I should have been paying attention. And I'm like, you're a freaking president.
What?
What the hell? You're a president of a university. What the hell are you thinking? What? You should be able to pay attention to what the hell you're being asked. And if you can't, you don't deserve to be president. And then she ended up resigning because she was getting slammed so bad. And then the president of the board of that school also resigned.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, this tells me something. You people really are clueless. You people
and you
think
clearly don't deserve your jobs.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, they clearly believe that all I have to do is apologize and then everything's okay.
Which is absolutely insane.
It's absolute horse shit.
It is.
But, you know, it's, I don't know. And it's like the whole thing with Trump, you know. They had Melania go to, you know, go to Washington, D.C., where, I don't know, something like 300 people were being, they received their citizenship. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, is kind of a big deal. Former First Lady, the first one to ever do it. But I'm pretty sure she's also, if not the first, one of the first who was an immigrant herself.
The second.
Okay. So, you know.
And the first one in, like, either 100 or 200 years.
Yeah, so, I mean, well, if you're talking that long ago, it wouldn't be uncommon for somebody to be an immigrant because, you know, 200 years ago, I mean, you know, the country was fairly new.
John Adams' wife was English, like born in England.
Yeah, well, I don't know where Melania was born.
Not here in the colonies.
Yeah, I don't know where Melania was born, but
Slovenia.
She's not a natural citizen.
Yeah,
you know, so it was kind of a big deal. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, and there's a lot of speculation that the Trump campaign pushed her to do it because he's so against immigration.
Yep.
You know, and then right after she did that, he starts talking about how the immigrants are killing the country. Well, wait a minute. The immigrants, except for somebody that you decide is attractive and you want to marry, that just makes total sense, you moron. You know, and the double talk.
Well, nobody said he was smart, except for himself.
Well, you know, what kills me is the double talk is...
Stable genius.
Yeah, genius my ass. But what kills me is you get the major pro-Trump people, and they ignore stuff like that. They say, "Oh, that's just the media." No, it's not the media. He's married to an immigrant, and now he's saying, "Oh, immigrants are killing the country." Well, make up your mind. Yep. Is it that they're killing the country, or are they okay? Or is it only when you get laid that it's okay? I mean, seriously.
I think it's only when you get laid when it's okay, according to them.
Yeah. You know, I really can't stand this double talk. And, you know, don't get me wrong. Because
you know the meaning of life. Get paid, get laid, Gatorade.
Yeah. You know, and don't get me wrong. You know, I understand that every politician does double talk. The difference
single one.
The difference is he's just over the top with his double talk. You know? Mm-hmm. In 1 second he'll put down some particular race, and then the next second he'll turn around. Oh, they're great people. I just love them.
Oh God!
It's one or the other, there, dude. It's you can't have it both ways. But you know,
yeah. One of the first major gaffes of his campaign was when he went on CNN and he goes, "I have a great relationship with the blacks."
Yeah. He doesn't have a great relationship with anybody. I don't even think he's got a great relationship with his wife.
Nope.
I
mean, there are articles saying that she wants to divorce him like once a month.
I wouldn't be surprised, you know? I mean, what's she getting out of it? She gets dragged around. She's paraded around like a trophy. She's told what to do to support his political career rather than being herself. Mm-hmm. You know, it's ridiculous. And being with him, you know, she's treated like she's an idiot. I don't know how intelligent she is, but you know, I doubt very much she's an idiot. She can speak multiple languages. That takes at least a little bit. You know,
she's probably smarter than he is.
I doubt there's any probablys about that. I'm sure she is.
Knowing his lack of intelligence.
Yeah. My guess is she hasn't divorced him yet because she knows she's not going to get any money because he doesn't have any. So, you know, why not stay married to him and just, you know, live the life.
Live the life, and
she's not getting dragged into. I mean,
you don't laugh at his stupidity while she's at it.
Yeah, you don't hear her name getting dragged into any of these lawsuits. She's not doing any of it. It's all him.
She's not doing anything.
Oh, well. All right, so I think we need to go on to a lighter topic here.
Okay, what we got?
All right, so next we were sitting there watching television, and a commercial came on for pet food.
Yeah.
So, you know, this one lady's holding Purina One and the other one's holding Blue Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And the one lady says, "Oh, Purina One. Ugh. I used to feed my dog that, blah, blah, blah." You know, starts talking about how great Blue Buffalo is and everything. And, you know, she says, all you have to do is read the ingredients. So the other lady reads the ingredients. Almost identical to Blue Buffalo. Except it has whole grain corn.
Wow.
And the lady holding the Blue Buffalo says...
So different.
Well, the lady holding the Blue Buffalo says, "You don't want your dog having whole grain corn, do you?" I'm like, wait, what?
Huh?
What is wrong with that? Obviously nothing, otherwise it wouldn't be in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, pets need fiber too. Just like humans, pets need fiber. Corn's got fiber. Come on.
It does.
it's just utterly ridiculous, and I don't know if I've mentioned it on here before or not, but when we first got our dog, I wanted to make sure to get some quality food for her. So I asked the vet, I said, what food do you recommend for her? And he said, you know what? I went to a pet food show once. And I was talking to somebody, and he said, they're all the same. It doesn't matter. I said, what? He said, yeah.
Wow.
So these ones that have, some form of meat, whether it's beef, chicken, lamb, whatever, when they have that as their first ingredient, they take advantage of laws that say that they don't have to weigh the ingredients, because the ingredients, just like on human food, the ingredients are listed by weight. So whichever one weighs the most is first. So here's the thing that they can do with pet food that they can't do with human food. They can pump it up with water and weigh that after the water's all pumped in it, making it so that the meat weighs more than all the rest of the ingredients. So he said, so they're all the same. As long as it says complete balanced nutrition on the label, they're all the same. He said, so just go down to... He said, I'm not going to joke, or I'm not going to goof around with you or anything. We all know that we shop at Walmart. It's the closest place. He said, just go down to Walmart, buy the cheapest stuff they've got, and you're good, as long as it says complete balanced nutrition. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go with just the cheapest, but... So,
because, Walmart.
Well, I mean...
You can't find shit there.
Well, this was back before that. But, so I've been buying dog chow. It's Purina brand, blah, and whatnot. But, and I was back talking to him once afterwards, and he said, so what are you feeding her? And I said, well, dog chow. He said, I told you, just go with the cheapest. I said, it's close to the cheapest, and I trust it a whole lot more than the Walmart brand. I'm sorry. And he said, yeah. But, yeah, so, these Blue Buffalo commercials are just so outrageous with their claims. Oh, it's so much better. Oh, my dog just seems so much healthier with it. Okay, maybe it's just you thinking it because you're paying extra. And then the lady said, oh, Blue Buffalo's only an extra 50 cents a day. I'm like, yeah, not what I'm seeing. I don't know where you're shopping, but that ain't how it happens. I mean, sure, if you're buying the high-end Purina brand, like Purina 1 is expensive, but it's going to be more than 50 cents a day between that and Blue Buffalo. But, if you're buying like the Rachel Ray brand or something like that, okay, maybe it's an extra 50 cents a day. But, when you're talking Purina 1 to Rachel Ray, you're talking an extra $1 a day. You talk about dog chow to Purina 1, you're talking about an extra 75 cents to $1 a day. So, Blue Buffalo is about $2-3 more a day than what I'm paying. And she's extremely healthy. Every time I've taken her in, which, is once a year at least. Every time I've taken her in, he says, yeah, she's nice and healthy. Okay, cool. That's all I care about. She's healthy. She's happy. I'm good.
She's happy because she's getting food.
Yeah, she's getting food. She doesn't have to hunt for it. There's a reason dogs have always have stuck around humans.
Because we feed them.
Yeah, yes, they can hunt, but they're not going to go out and get the greatest foods. They get food without having to do a lot by staying around humans. That's likely how they started, that's likely how we decided to domesticate them, just like cats. Cats provided something for us, we provided something for them, it worked out.
Yep.
But, yeah, so, I'm like, I've had enough of these stupid these stupid dog food commercials, you know? It's just ridiculous. But, all right, so we're going to end on another not so downer note.
All right.
So, some of you know that I am into photography, and I'm trying to type here and it's not working. There we go. Sorry. So some of you know that I'm into photography. You know, I've said it on here a couple of times, and I've also said that, you know, I may try and get my friend Dave together to do some grumpy guy extras with, you know, talking about photography, because he's very much into it as well. But so one of the things that I do is I save my pictures in RAW format when I take them from the camera. Basically what RAW format means is the camera isn't doing any kind of guessing on, you know, how to make your picture look good. It's truly just taking all of the information that the camera sensor can capture and saving it. So if you save in RAW format, you absolutely have to do editing, which I don't mind. I actually enjoy editing. You know, it's just something to kind of a time waster. It doesn't take a ton of thought. So you can do that while you're watching a movie or something like that. But at any rate, so I had set my phone up to take a RAW format as well. And sometime recently, apparently Google decided that they know better than me. So with an update to the camera, they turned off my RAW format. And I took a picture. Oh, you were there. I took a picture down at, down in Cleveland there where we stopped to eat.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't really care for the look of the JPEG, so I went to get the RAW format so I could edit it and actually make it look good, and lo and behold, it wasn't there.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Now, Microsoft has been doing this crap for years. They will force something down your throat because they think they know better than you what you want. You know, like Internet Explorer. They tried like hell to shove that down everybody's throat, even though it was the crappiest browser in the world.
Yep.
And now Google's doing this crap. Just because they want to show off their stupid-ass AI technology with their frickin' pictures, which, don't get me wrong, you know, 90% of the time, their AI does a pretty good job. But it's that 10% of the time, like the other night when we were down there, that it doesn't do a great job. And now I'm screwed with that picture. It would have been a really nice picture, but because it's in their stupid-ass JPEG format, I can't actually edit it well enough to make it look the way that it actually looked. I'm stuck with their dumbass decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is what ticks me off about a lot of these technology companies. They make these decisions on what you want. I know that you want this. No, I don't want that. Let me decide.
No, I don't give a shit.
You know, one of the big things with Android is it's customizable. You can do what you want. Well, now we've got Google stepping in and saying, nope, you can't. It's just freaking ridiculous.
Like the opposite of Burger King's have it your way.
Yeah. You know, I mean...
Have it our way.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here, you like mayo. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I don't know. I can't stand the way these technology companies are thinking like that. You know, it's just it's so ridiculous. Let people make their own decisions. Don't make if you're going to make changes, then you need to broadcast. Hey, you know what? We're turning off your RAW format saves. Okay. Am I going to be able to turn it back on? Because if not, then I'm changing to a different camera app. But, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just what we're stuck with, unfortunately, you know. It's not like anybody's selling a phone that you can easily install whatever you want on. It's you're pretty much stuck with either an iPhone where you have absolutely no choice, or you go with Android where you have some choices. Apparently not as many as you used to have, but oh well. All right, folks, so just a reminder that the next 2 weeks are holidays, so we are not going to be recording until the new year. So I hope everybody has a safe and enjoyable holiday season, no matter what holidays you celebrate or do not celebrate. There's plenty of different religious-based holidays in this time frame, and of course there's also the New Year, which has absolutely nothing to do with religion. But remember, don't drink and drive. There's plenty of responsible driving options out there, whether you're talking about Uber or friends or whatever. There's been plenty of times where I've personally chosen to be the sober driver because it's fun watching people get completely and totally drunk and then driving them home so that they are there safely. So consider that if you're going out partying, but also consider calling family or friends, or just go in the car and sleep it off. So, you've heard the music.
Good night.
We'll see ya.